We're just a week out from Equimillion 2025 and Inglis Managing Director Mark Webster joins us now. How are you, Mark?
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. How are you both?
Real good.
We are so well. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll get to Equimillion in just a second, but an exciting announcement for Inglis this week confirming your Everest runner for this year in Skybird.
Yes, we announced just a couple of days ago that Skybird would be our runner, of course, very impressive in the Lightning earlier in the year. As you know, she didn't run that well last night, and we're sort of getting to the bottom of that.
And look, this is a loaded question, obviously. Are all the horses running for second this year in the Everest?
Well, you know, it's hard to travel a horse. We've seen it so many times when Aussie horses go to Royal Ascot, as an example, or even up to Hong Kong. You know, it's tough. So no doubt, Kayin Rising is a hot favourite and deserves to be so. But you know, our horses know the ground, know the environment. They haven't travelled. You know, there's some great chances. Jolly Star would probably be right up there to take him on.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be one to remember, that's for sure. But so is next week, Equimillion, back next weekend. And of course, Inglis is a very proud sponsor.
Look, Equimillion is incredibly important. Credit to Racing New South Wales for this initiative. $1 million up for grabs, $30,000 on each class. And of course, it's for retired thoroughbreds. And I've been there the last couple of years handing out trophies and ribbons and checks. And you know, nothing better than seeing these beautiful animals have a second career.
Absolutely. And look, it's all part of the education piece as well, isn't it, Mark? For those that don't quite know the industry like we all do and the way that thoroughbreds are treated.
That's right. Look, thoroughbreds have lots of different uses. Of course, those that are highly commercial, stallions or quality females, of course, have a future with breeding, which makes sense. But if they're a gelding or they're a mare without a lot of breeding upside, there's a lot of uses for them. And Equimillion and just competing generally as a pleasure horse or a competition horse is increasingly becoming popular. You know, in the past, there's been a lot of use of warm bloods and other breeds, but it's good to see people turning to the thoroughbred and using what we already have here in this country.
That's the athleticism of the thoroughbred as well, and the calibre. What are you seeing out there at Equimillion? I know, you know, horses are your life, they're your business, but they're your personal life as well. So from your perspective, what calibre are you seeing out there competing at Equimillion?
Well, I mean, there are household names there, first of all. I mean, if anybody goes out there from Friday, this Friday coming, the 3rd, they'll see horses of the calibre of Nature Strip competing in dressage and show jumping and Holyfield and Graham McGuinness winner Communist, Hot King Prawn, beautiful grey horse that won a lot of sprinting races in Hong Kong, returned to Australia and has a whole new career. So there are horses at all levels, and they have classes for riders also at all levels. So people who are watching this at home, that love their equestrian sports and might be competing on horses in local competitions should really be thinking about buying a thoroughbred off the track and registering for Equimillion for next year. Probably a bit late for this year, but for next year, get involved. A lot of money up for grabs, and you know, there's a lot of excitement just being there for 4 days. You know, you see the owners of these horses go out, the previous owners, I should say, that raced them, going out and cheering on their horses with new owners in a new discipline. It's just a lot of fun to be part of.
There's a whole food festival this year too.
I am tongue in cheek, but some former thoroughbreds get treated better than their husband.
Speaking from experience.
You've got a few, Timmy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now, I look, every time I hear the name Hot King Prawn, and we did Hong Kong racing teams, it makes me hungry. But look, we're talking about Kayin Rising with the Everest. This same sense of anticipation is around the Winx Colt, by Snitzel, out of Winx, going under the hammer, Easter 2026 at Inglis.
Oh yes, a lot of excitement. I guess a lot of pressure also. You know, last year I think we exceeded 2 years ago we exceeded all expectations with a filly, making 10 million, and here we have a beautiful colt. You know, don't ask me what he's going to make, Tim, because I don't know. I mean, I'd I'd like to get to that number we achieved a couple of years ago, but you really just don't know in this sort of environment. It comes down to the competition we can line up on the day.
You were in the thick of it last time too, on the phone. The cameras were on you. How was the heart rate when those numbers were getting up nice and high?
Yeah, well, I mean, my last bid was 9 million for John Stewart. He was on
Were
the
you
phone.
shaking at that point, or?
Well, shaking a little because he was new, right? This is the first time we'd done anything with him. I'd only met him 3 weeks before, took him to dinner in Kentucky, and I explained who Winx was, and we had this beautiful filly out of Winx, and he said, "I got to own that girl." And I'm like, "Okay, all right." I thought he was joking at dinner, right? Yeah, I thought he was joking. At 2 o'clock in the morning, he's messaging me on WhatsApp saying, "Send me all the videos you have on that filly you talked about at dinner," right? And and then I woke up in the morning and he tweeted, "I'm buying this filly." So that's just amazing to see people react in that way.
Absolutely. And I think that unlike any other industry that I have worked in or know, racing has that, doesn't it? We look at what's happening with Mulberry racing, people that just get the hook, get the love, and anything can happen. That's why we're calling ourselves Racing Dreams and have done for 7 years now, Mark.
Absolutely. Well, we just got to remind everyone, we're actually allowed to have fun spending our money. Yes, you can invest in property and lots of other things, but you can also invest in horses, and you may get lucky and get a top line horse that makes a huge profit, but you also get lucky just having fun with friends and family going to the races. They're the memories that will stay with you forever. So people just need to remember there's a lot of negativity out there in the media if you're watching the news, but you can actually have fun at the moment with horse racing.
What a perfect way to finish the show. Thank you so much, Mark. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Thanks,
Okay,
Mark.
I'll see you at our Ready to Race sale coming up October 16th. See you there.
We'll be there with bells on.